where this glitter is coming from. I have so much glitter in my hair right now, and it just appeared. Alright, so today for Foundation Friday, we are not wearing any. So every single Friday, I talk about any kind of base-related topic. So whether it's a foundation review, my foundation collection, anything having to do with the base. Probably over the past 5 or 6 months, I've been doing this routine multiple times a week. This is kind of like my go-to when I just want to feel my skin. I don't mind seeing kind of my skin imperfections come through and embrace my skin. You know, some days I just don't feel like wearing foundation. I love foundation. Foundation's the love of my life, but I also just have come to a point where I really can appreciate my skin as it is. I've come to love not wearing makeup since being off Accutane. If you're seeing this video or you clicked on this and you have acne and you're thinking there's no way you can do this routine, I have been there. I actually have a whole video doing a no foundation routine when I had cystic acne. So I'll leave that in the eye down below. Definitely go watch that. I feel like a lot of it is just your mindset. We all can embrace our skin no matter what state it's at, to our comfort levels. I think obviously my comfort level back then when I had acne was a little bit different than it is now. But if you want to rock your skin, you can rock your skin. Today's look is kind of a combo of the two. I show you how I enhance certain features while just letting my skin come through and having no makeup, no foundation, wow hair on my face. Oh, by the way, I'm a little sick. Probably should have said at the beginning. So if I sound a little nasally, I apologize, but it was you getting me nasally or no foundation Friday, so I figured this was the better alternative, hopefully. So if you're excited for no foundation Friday, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. There's actually a very exciting 15 days of foundation announcement video coming next Friday, February 1st, so stay tuned. I'm so excited. Alright, my one goal in life today is to not have to blow my nose while filming this entire video. So I wanted to show you guys how I prep my skin for this look, because a huge part of this look, like I would say equally as important as the makeup I'm using, is the skincare. Because I'm not putting any kind of base makeup on, I want my skin to look extra good and just glowy on its own. So right now there is nothing on my face. I haven't washed my face. Most times in the morning I don't fully wash my face because I go in with a toner kind of product, but this is what my skin looks like with no moisturizer, nothing on it. First, I should probably clip back my bangs. Alright, so my first step is using the CeraVe Hydrating Micellar water. This I just need to put with like bright stars and red asterisks and warning labels everywhere. Is not supposed to go over your eyes. Don't put it over your eyes. Personally, I feel like they need to rename this to be a toner. It's not a micellar water. It's not gonna like take off your makeup. You can't put it all over your face and your eyes. It's gonna burn the crap out of them. This has 3 essential ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide in it. So this I use more as a toner. It gives your skin a really pretty glow. It doesn't burn my skin. It doesn't break me out. I just feel like I like the effect that it gives my skin, and it takes off any excess makeup enough from the night before if I have anything left over on my skin to where I feel like my face is clean for the day, but I don't have to fully wash my face. So this is what I start out with. I don't feel like it dries out my skin anymore either, so I'm just gonna shake this up. And again, do not put this over your eyes. So I just go over my entire face with this. And my nose area is obviously a bit more red than usual around here just from blowing my nose 50,000 times. I'm keeping Kleenex in business. This could also, I guess, like double as a sick day makeup routine, if you will. If you don't want to have your foundation coming off your face every time you blow your nose, but you still want to look like semi-presentable. I recently cleaned my entire filming room and organized it, and it feels so much better filming in here. It feels like a whole new space. If you missed that, I showed it all in Wednesday's vlog, so I'll link that in the card down below. So here's what came off the pad. So you can see there is a tiny bit of black, so I just like, I don't know, I just feel like extra clean after I go in with this step. I personally feel like the key to this entire look is super glowy, healthy looking skin. And I've talked about this so much before, but this is like my holy grail product for underneath makeup for days where you're not wearing foundation. This moisturizer, it is an SPF, but it's also just the prettiest, glowiest moisturizer. It's the La Roche-Posay Athelio 60. It doesn't feel greasy. It does give you a glow, but it's lightweight and it doesn't feel like a sunscreen. I'm almost out of this bottle, so I've already repurchased this one. This is what I use every single day of my life in the morning. The best thing you can do for your skin as far as anti-aging is put on an SPF every single day, even if it doesn't look sunny out. Love the way this makes my skin look and feel, and this does double as my moisturizer and my SPF, so I don't need to use both. So usually I do this step when I'm in my bathroom, then I'll go get some coffee, put on clothes, whatever. So I do usually give this a couple minutes to sink in. So the only, I guess, coverage product you could say that I use is a dab of under eye concealer. If I'm feeling like I want to like cover up this area, sometimes I'll dab just a tiny bit on there, but usually I just put concealer right here underneath my eye because I do have some darkness underneath my eyes that I like to cover up. I feel like if I don't cover that up, I just don't look as awake and bright. So the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer, when I have a full face of makeup on, I don't like it on its own. I like to layer this one with the KKW concealer. It's not light enough for when I have a full face on, but since my face is already about a half shade darker than my neck, when I'm not wearing foundation, this one actually matches my skin pretty much perfectly. Like it just blends right in. It doesn't look like I have product underneath my eyes, and I don't need to set this. That's the best part about this, is that this concealer for me, when I use it in this way, in this amount, I don't need to touch it and I don't need to set it, and so that just makes my skin personally look so much better when I don't have to put a powder on. The brush I use to blend it out is the Morphe E45, and this look also, by the way, has very minimal brushes. I think I use like 2 or 3 total brushes, and when I'm not filming and like intensely talking through every single step in this video, I do this in literally about 5 minutes. So I literally just do about that much. That is it. I don't bring it anywhere else, and then I just go right in and tap this out. So I focus most of the product right where I have the darkness right there, but you can just see how that brightened that up, and you can't see like a line between where my concealer is and where my face is, which is why I like this shade for me and why I like the formula and everything. It's very moisturizing too, so if you have drier under eyes, this one might work out for you, hopefully. It's from the drugstore. You can get it at Ulta. I'll link it down below. I link everything down below. I also bring whatever's left over on my brush just over my eyelids because my eyelids are a little bit darker and I have some pigmentation on there. So right now my nose is obviously pretty red under here just from blowing my nose. So today I'm going to add concealer down here. Normally I don't touch any other areas of my face. I'll do a tiny bit today and hope it looks okay. Okay, so that just concealed that a little bit more. So next up, I do brows, and most often, like 99% of the time, I don't want my brows to look super put together, if that makes sense. I want to add like a little bit of product to them, but I don't want to do a full-on sculpted brow. This look is kind of like, I tried, but I'm not in like full glam makeup. So this is what I use, the Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel in Grind. There's just something about the color of this that works really well when I don't have anything else on. Well, it works well when I have foundation on too, but I just extra like it for looks like this. And I do kind of like brush it up a little bit more in the front. I just plucked my eyebrows this morning. Can I get a hell yeah? I do have permanent brows. I have a whole video on it. I do still like to add a little bit of color to them. There's something about brows that just ties the rest of your face together, so I do like add in a little bit something. I feel like it somehow changes my face a little bit. Blush, bronzer, and highlight I kind of do in 2 ways. If I'm not putting on any eye makeup, I'll usually only actually put on a highlight because I feel like then my face overall just looks a lot more natural. But if I'm doing the look that I'm going to be doing today where I am still putting on eyeliner, I'm just not wearing foundation, then I for sure do bronzer and highlight. I sometimes do blush just depending on what I'm feeling, but I always do bronzer and highlight if I'm putting on eye makeup. I just feel like it balances everything out better. Usually I'll use my favorite collab bronzer, but I've been really into this bronzer. This one's Cocoa Bronze by Becca, and it comes in this little palette here. I like all of the shades in here. The highlight's beautiful, the blushes are beautiful, bronzer really works for me well, and I like the way that they blend out. So for a bronzer brush, I use this Flower Beauty brush. Beautiful, heavenly, and just applies your bronzer perfectly. So I'm gonna go with that bronzer shade in the corner, and I just do a little bit of this because I just want it to look really natural. I'm not trying to have like a contoured, face or anything. I'm just literally adding a little bit of color and warmth to my face so I don't look as dead. So I'm just going to take my For Less CB4 brush with nothing on it just to blend out these edges. Again, I just want this to look really natural and like seamless. I don't want to really be able to see the edges or the product on my face. I'm not feeling the blush today. Like I said, I usually don't wear blush when I do this look, but I definitely always wear highlighter. I could totally go in with the highlight in here, but I want to show you guys what I most often do. So usually when I do this look, I'll use the ColourPop Smoke and Whistles Super Shock Cheek. I like that I don't need to use another brush when I do this. It's just quick because it's more of a cream. It's not really a cream. The ColourPop ones are very dry cream, so you can use these on top of powders too. But just because of the formula, it sits really nicely on the skin. You can't really see the product sitting on top of your skin, which is, you know, what we're going for this look. I always also apply this right to the tip of my nose. If you wanted to, you could bring this all the way up if you feel like you need some extra glow. I also apply this to my Cupid's bow. Sometimes I won't wear eye makeup, but if I do want to look put together, I just don't want to have liquid foundation on, I do still do a winged liner usually and mascara and everything. So I am going to still prep my eyes like I normally would with my MAC paint pot. Because I put on an eyeshadow, even though it is a really basic like neutral eyeshadow look, I always like to use a base because I still want my makeup to hold out well throughout the day. And the brush I use is the Sephora 71. All right, so lately this has been one of my favorite, just easy everyday kind of palettes. This is the Maybelline City Mini palette in the shade Brooklyn Nudes. This just has everyday kind of color that I would go for, and I love that they have this more like cool tone section over here. I just go in with a mix of these two shades, the two lightest ones, on my finger. It is pretty powdery, but you know, I don't really mind that. And I just press it on all over. Usually if I'm just doing like a 5-minute face, I'll just go in with this. I like adding something to my eyes as far as eyeshadow just because I feel like it does brighten everything up a little bit. And if you have some kind of powder setting your lid, your eyeliner and mascara and everything isn't going to transfer as easy. So that's kind of the main reason why I do it, but I also like the brightness that it gives. Sometimes I'll take this shade right here, the more cool toned one, and just put that into my crease with the Morphe M511, just a fluffy brush, if I just want a little bit more, but most times I don't. Usually I just go in with that cream shade. So then I go in with my eyeliner, Physicians Formula Eye Booster in Ultra Black. Make sure you get the Ultra Black, not the black. How many times have I said that, do you think, on YouTube? And I just do, I don't know, a wing, but sometimes I don't do a wing. Sometimes the wing gets a little bit wild. Sometimes the wing turns out great. You guys know how it is. So I'm just going to do this and not talk so I can try and focus. All right, so my wings are on. They're not totally even. My eyes aren't totally even, so it is what it is, you know. But I do feel way more put together when I have eyeliner on for some reason. So that's why I do this step. You know, of course, don't need to. Do whatever you want to do. Then I go back in with the ColourPop Smoke and Whistles highlight. You could use your fingers for this, but I just find it easier to use a little brush. This is the Sigma E56. It's a tiny one. It's good for the inner corner. And I just pop this right here, and I feel like this makes such a difference with this look because it just adds so much brightness and makes you look more awake. I feel like the key with this is just adding brightness and glowiness and highlight wherever you can. But you don't need to use a separate product for this. You can use this exact face highlight and it works great. Could also just put this all over the lid too if you wanted like a glowier kind of lid look. I have done that too. Okay, I feel like this wing needs to go a little farther out. Should we risk it? Oh, no, I feel like this one needs to. The struggle, you guys, I'm just gonna stop. All right, so before I go in for mascara, I put on my setting spray, and this step is crucial. Setting spray for me is always crucial because it just can transform your skin even when you don't have foundation on. I, for some reason, love the way that MAC Fix Plus looks on my skin without makeup better than it looks with makeup. I still like it over makeup, but if I'm putting on a glowy setting spray over makeup, I almost always go with my Catrice Dewy Glow. This one I feel like does a little more for me when I don't have foundation on. I think this is the coconut one, that's why it's like a really unappealing shade of yellow. By the way, I did this exact routine for the airport one day, and the TSA guy complimented my makeup. So I feel like it is TSA approved, okay? If you think about it, there's actually a lot of scenarios where this makeup routine comes in handy. If you're going snowboarding or like something where you're wearing a helmet, if you are wearing a beanie, if you're on an airplane and you want to sleep and you don't want your foundation to come off everywhere, it's really useful because foundation sometimes can just be a pain in the butt. All right, so the skin is basically done. This is what I do for my skin. Now we're going to do mascara. I'm going to show you guys what this looks like in natural lighting right after. So my go-to mascara combo, these two guys. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. This is NARS Climax. Them layered are amazing. I also wanted to give you a little update on the YSL Baby Doll Mascara that I tried out in the Meghan Markle video. I really liked it in that video, so I just wanted to give you an update now that I've tried it a few more times. I love the way that this makes my lashes look. It looks amazing. The only thing I don't like about this, which could also be a plus for some people, is that it is so hard to get off your lashes. I definitely need to be in the shower with like multiple oily removers to get this off my lashes. It is on there. This one is like, whoa, super glued on your eyelashes. So when I do this, I'll usually start out with Too Faced Better Than Sex. This was like a limited edition version. How freaking pretty. So if you like the look of kind of softer, more natural lashes, you could totally stop here. I don't. I like my lashes to be thick and a little bit clumpy, and that's just what I like. So then I go in with NARS Climax. This does work a little bit better if you let these dry down a little bit, just so it has like a little bit more to grip to, if that makes sense. And when I layer mascaras, I just start at the base and kind of wiggle up. When I do this look, I don't like using bottom mascara. I don't know, there's something about it that I just feel like more awake and bright when I don't have bottom lash mascara on. And last up is lips. So what I do every single time is I put on the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Lately, I've been liking the white one a little bit better than the pink one. This is the vanilla one. I love them both. The pink one just gives obviously more of like a pink look. It gives your lips the appearance of being a little bit more plump than they actually are, and it doesn't settle into any of your lines. It just makes your lips look very smooth and plump and nice. So I use quite a bit of this. If there was such thing as glassy lips, I feel like this would be the product. I also don't find that it gives me like the, stringy thing with gloss. It's very comfortable on the lips, doesn't feel sticky. So this is the final look. This is all I do. Like I said, it takes me about 5 minutes when I'm not filming to do this. All right, so here we are in natural lighting. I'm just right in front of my window, so you can see what it looks like. I freaking love that ColourPop highlight. Here's everything up close, so you can see my freckles and stuff coming through. I never put any kind of filters on my videos ever. I want you guys to be able to see what my skin really looks like, so here we are. Hopefully this routine helps you guys out, gives you some ideas. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.